All right, awesome. Hi, everybody. It's Shay. You guys are probably like, wait, what? Jaclyn was on the flyer. Well, welcome. I'm just doing a really quick over, you guys. I actually was like, oh, this will be a breeze. And then I was like looking at everything and I'm like, wow, we have a lot of stuff. And it's just it's such an exciting time, right? We always talk about going into the fourth, really where in the upcoming months. I mean, for me, you guys personally, I promoted both to region and nation, both in the month of February. And so, it was definitely off of all that momentum happening in my business during the fourth quarter. Well, probably October, November, December, January, and then we finally promoted in February for both of my promotions. I always laugh and say, of course, I would promote in February because it's the only day with 28 months in it, right? I had to make it hard on myself. And Arbonne is throwing out all the stops. So we're going to get to Jaclyn's training. So really quick, I'm going to go over what is happening. Get a paper and pencil out because there's a lot of starts and stops, and we just want to make this really as seamless. And of course, it's your own business, but like where we're focusing over these next couple days because we do have so many cool things popping up. So today and tomorrow, we continue to have the Deb, our bestie Deb. She's our BFF, right? For 40% off for preferred clients and 50% off for consultants. You guys, I'll be honest, part of me was like, wait a minute, like there's other big things coming up. Maybe I should like stop talking about this and then before the sale ends because I use my family goes through protein like crazy. I cannot run out of greens, and of course we can't run out of fizz, right? So just know that the people who want to order Deb, like it's just our job as our consultants to just get the word out to everyone. Because how upset would you be if you went online, like if you were a PC and you found out like the day after the sale ended that you were about to, it was 40% yesterday. I missed that. That's so annoying, right? So let's get the word out. Let's make sure everyone who wants to take advantage of that special offer just to stock up or to are able to have the opportunity to get that order in, right? And then this whole month, you guys, which is insane. I've already had two consultants upgrade this month. Because it's free upgrades with a two Deb is almost 250 QV, right? So it's perfect. So they can get the Deb they'll get it for 50% off, right? Because they're becoming a consultant. So they'll have that consultant discount. They can throw like an extra box of tea or whatever that they love. And literally they'll qualify for a free upgrade to consultant. So you guys really make sure that you're getting the word out about that. I will tell you that I literally have been going on my stories, just talking about it. And then just like, Sherry's and was like, oh my gosh, I should do this. And I'm like, yep, you should. And she went online all by herself, didn't order and upgraded her account. And so it's like people are watching you guys, and it's just such a no-brainer right now. So just go ahead and stories, share on your social, but also just reach out and tell people like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but it's free to, upgrade to consultant. I don't know if you've ever thought about making some extra money, but like you could totally do this. You'd be so good. You can do that. And then you guys, big news. So on the 15th, a bunch of stuff is happening. So the Deb sale is going away on the 14th. So the 14th at midnight. So you have all day to follow up and make sure you're keeping everybody in the loop of that. Really exciting things happening. So one of our favorite things that happens in October is we get to our hands on our holiday line. And you guys, this year, honestly, I really love if you guys saw it at the roadshow, you may have already seen it. And I know that some NVPs have been teasing it, but I feel like they really streamlined the holiday line this year. It's streamlined, it's elevated, it's classic items that that'll happen with my big I want it alls is I'll end up with like some extra stuff and I'm like, oh, like this is okay. This is like, whatever. But every single product in the I want it all is something that you will love or find it. And they kept it small, which I really love because the price point is super manageable. So I am, of course I already have ordered mine, but you guys on the 15th can order it for yourselves first. Have your sip and sees. You can go live, do an unboxing. You can share the share the holiday line. But also I feel like it's great for gifting, right? Not I feel like I know it's great for gifting. Everyone in my life gets our training. I'm sure we'll do that coming up, but I'm gonna let Jaclyn do her training on that. But just so you guys know, the I Want It All, the holiday line is launching September 15th, first thing in the morning. And drum roll, I don't know if you guys know this. Do we know this? Do people know this at all? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. If you've been waiting and you've been dying for green apple fizz, every I Want It All comes with one box of green apple fizz. Okay. So we're gonna be like calling our client box from your box, right? There's going to be a lot of like Arbonne wheeling and dealing going on, but there's green apple fizz, one box in every single I Want It All. And then we're doing a 45th anniversary fizz variety pack fizz box. Okay. So two things that are really cool about this. Number one is the flavors. So you're going to get a mix of blueberry lemonade that we all loved, right? green of a new flavor that's going to be dropping. We don't know when, but it's passion fruit. So we're so excited. We heard it's amazing. Michelle was drinking it on the call yesterday and she's like, oh my gosh, you guys are. So the new flavor is in the box. The only caveat, guys, well, there's two caveats. The one caveat is one box per order. So unfortunately, if you want more than one of these, you're gonna have to do a couple orders. So like personal order for the month. Like I know I always order more than like a 150 order because I need like my skincare and then I need my protein or whatever. So like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order my, you know, protein order, skincare order, and I'm gonna add a box of the variety pack. And it's limited time and it's gonna sell out because they don't have a ton of this. Because remember, it's one box per order. So it's gonna sell out super fast. What they're doing is they are literally putting a golden ticket inside. I don't know how many. Does anyone know how many they're giving away? But there's several, just one. There's only one. I thought they were giving away a couple. Anyways, there's a golden ticket. Tell me if I'm getting this wrong, girls, but I think I tried to just download it. The golden ticket is a free if you get the golden ticket in your box of fizz, you will get a free 30-day to healthy living set box of fizz, and the golden ticket's going to be in there, and they're going to get a free 30 days to healthy living set. Like, is that not amazing? So it's so fun. So Arbonne's doing this fun little like giveaway for us. And then also uploaded to boards the morning of the 15th. So we have some gorgeous stories for you guys. We have some gorgeous assets. We're going to have pricing. We're going to have messages you can send to people, all of the assets at your fingertips the morning of everything. If we get any new news, we'll put it in the comments. I'm going to pass it over to Jaclyn.
All right. Awesome. Thanks so much for all that, Shay. So much exciting stuff happening. Okay. So I know you, some of you guys know me, some of you are new, you're on other teams. But tonight I really just wanted to share my story and my journey with you all and just give you some to move forward in your business and your life. So rewind to 2005, I was working full-time for almost 4 years as a registered dietitian at our public county health department. And I truly saw myself in that. I did my internship and the job did bring me a good income with benefits and a pension. And of course, I did love making a difference in people's health. But like what changed for me and my family was at the end of 2004, my husband and I had our first go back to work. I did not want someone to dictate when I could see her. I didn't want to miss out on her first steps, her first words. And every single day of my maternity leave, which was 4 months, it truly ate at me. And I was praying for an opportunity to come my way. I even thought maybe I could go back part-time than that to keep our household afloat here in Southern California. Then I thought about opening my own private practice nutrition business. But honestly, you guys, at 25 years old, I didn't have any entrepreneurial experience and didn't really know what that would entail. So people right now praying for a similar opportunity and in a similar position that I was in that you haven't shared the opportunity with. Okay, so the answer is most likely yes, right? No one shared it with me, you guys. So I do encourage you to share it with other people, Arbonne or not, because guess what? Everyone is broke at a different level. It may not be finances, it could be time, or it could be for them to fulfill their own purpose, or it could be the need for them to be a part of a community, which by the way, seeing so many people that I've built relationships with this company in Anaheim at the Roadshow Friday, one of the main reasons I choose to stay in Arbonne. So after that, you guys, my prayer was actually answered one day, and I did find Arbonne myself after calling my now sponsor, and she didn't answer her stream machine. I didn't even know how to spell Arbonne, you guys, but she said she was with Arbonne and she was an area manager, right? So I was nosy and I Googled the company, didn't even know how to spell it, but I was, first of all, it was clean products. That was in my alignment with what, with my passion. And then I was reading about how women and a few good men were really building their business around their life instead of what I thought I had to do, which was build my life around my job. So I quickly ran it. He looked at the company, he was impressed. So I decided to call her back and I told her, whatever this Arbonne thing is, I think I'm ready to do it. And you guys, the rest is truly history and I'm still here today. So not everyone is an easy catch like I was. So you do, they may be missing out. So when I started my business, you guys, my husband and I agreed that I could leave my part-time job and never go back if within 1 year I replaced my full-time income with my Arbonne check. Turning to work after my maternity leave and starting a business that I had no idea would work for me was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it was also exciting as my back was held up against the wall to make this work so I could stay home and design a life that would eventually benefit my family in so many ways. I was coachable. Back then we had no social media, no Zooms, not even texting. It was phone calls and in-person presentations. The work you could say was harder back then, but honestly, it built me and it shaped me and it taught me so much. So I would go out from work so that he could watch the baby as I was with her during the day. I built my business to regional vice president within 11 months after starting, and that was what I needed to replace my full-time income. So I had done it within the year that we agreed upon, and I never returned maternity leave for the past 20 years. So I want to ask you guys, what is your why? Do you have a why that you'll be coachable for, that you'll be willing to do whatever it takes for? Or maybe ask yourself, why did you sign up? What got you? Why have you put that why on the back burner? So over the years, I continued to share my business and build my business while raising and growing my family. We had two other daughters along the journey. So today my girls are 20, 18. I've sponsored many people and helped many more people with our amazing products. And then I even reached the top level of our company and taught someone else to do the same thing. So after 13 years, I became a national vice president, 13 years of hard work, and then an executive national vice president after 14 years. I made free 5 times, and just see earnings at arbonne.com for all of this. You'll probably see in there that the timelines that I had were well above the average time it takes people to build to that level. So people have asked me, and I often ask myself, why did desired so much didn't come quickly? So whether you've been with Arbonne for 2 months or 2 years or 20 years like me, we all hit moments where we question if it's working. The quiet seasons, the no's, the people who ghost us, the people who leave our business, the goals that seem to take longer than we thought they would. But success isn't built in moments of motivation. It's built in the moments of discipline, in faith, and in persistence. And that's exactly what Ann and Arbonne has in common. They stayed the course even when it would have been easy to quit and easy to walk away. So this weekend, my family and I went to see the movie John O'Leary called On Fire. Many of you know this story because he talked at GTC in 2017, but some of you may not. So his story, basically at 9 years old, he was burned on 100% of his body and they gave him 1% chance to live. Well, miraculously healed completely. And today he's able to do everything a normal person is, even play the piano with no fingers, which is very cool. He then went on to have his own business and he speaks and motivates thousands of people every single year. One of the things that he said in his book in the movie was, we have a choice in how we show up, even feel perfect. He chose to live on fire, to live with gratitude, with purpose, and with courage. So the movie, you guys, it actually took 8 years to make, and it wasn't even started until 19 or 10 years after he started his speaking engagement that this movie is now being shown nationally, and it was ranked number 5 at the box office this weekend. So what if he would have stopped speaking? What if he would have stopped pushing forward? So many more people wouldn't have been able to hear his message of hope. And if you haven't seen the movie or read the book yet, I definitely staying the course in Arbonne, you guys, is the same choice. Every day we choose how we show up, whether we focus on what's hard or what's possible. So I continue to stay the course because I know what's possible. I had seen other people do it before me, others have success before me, and I had that vision for myself and for people on my team. And if I would have quit our products and people who would have not got results from our opportunity. And sadly, there would be people I would not know or call friends today in this fabulous community if I had quit. Whose lives will be changed because you are brave and continue to work and continue to stay. So none of success has to do with luck or has to do with timing. It's the ability to stay the course, to keep showing up even when it's quiet, even when it's messy, even when it feels like it's not working, because here's the truth. Success is never linear. It's not a rocket, it's a roller coaster. It's twists, it's turns, it's dips, it's detours, and what really creates success is what happens in between. The middle, the messy part, the part that tests your belief and makes you stronger and the person you were meant, and more importantly, the person others need to see. So, in all transparency and honesty, you guys, over a year ago, I lost my national. Once again, the place I know so well, and I've been out for 14 years out of my 20 years in business. I'll be honest, it was disappointing, and I actually went into a depression because of it. I think because it's meant so much to me and my family, and because I took responsibility for so many lives. But I choose to remind myself of some things. My original why that also meant so much to me and my family, and that's never changed. I'm still the person who helps people, being a present mom. I haven't missed out on a thing with my daughters. I've got to grow up alongside them thanks to this business. I got to spend all the last days of my dad's life next to him at his bedside without asking for any time off. Those moments are forever priceless to me. I still today get paychecks, and I know many of you would love to be in a position that I am in right now. So I know it's weird to say, but I've healed from those lack feelings, and I choose because there are people who need what we have, and I'm going to learn lessons on the journey back to the top that will shape me into an even better person that can help even more people. So if you're on here and you've lost with success either, there have been so many people who have had the ups and downs of business and life and continue to stay the course and reap the benefits. Businesses are cyclical. You go on ups and downs too, but they're still strong and they're still here. So in one of John O'Leary's first speaking engagements, someone asked him if you had to go back and do it all. At first, early in his journey, he said no, because why would he want to suffer again? But then after he was successful and had changed so many lives with his story, as he further got into speaking and sharing his message to crowds, he said yes, he would do it all over again because it made him the person he was today, and his message has been able to touch and change so many lives. So trials in your business or your life, would you go through those failures all over again? As for me, as much as I would say I would want it easy and I would want to keep at MVP and climbing and climbing and growing, Today, I choose to bravely say I wouldn't change a thing because it's my story and I'm learning and I'm growing. And if my story relates, so I want to mention a few famous people that you guys have probably heard of who have had ups and downs. So you realize it happens to everyone. So Steve Jobs, you probably heard of him. He built Apple. Well, he was fired from his own company and then he came back to create the iPhone, the iPad, and actually change the world with that, right? He said getting fired was the best thing that ever happened to him. It freed him to enter one of the most creative periods of his life. Later, she built a legendary talk show, but when it ended, her network struggled. People said she lost her magic. She stayed the course, she restructured and rebuilt it into a thriving platform. She said, even when you've made it, you'll still be called to grow again. And Tiger Woods, the professional golfer, then in 2019, after 11 years of off seasons, he won the Masters again at 43 years old. And that was one of the greatest sports comebacks ever. And then our very own Linda Parker, a 5-wide ENBP and top incomer in Arbonne, what if she would have quit? Thousands of people's lives that have been changed because she chose to stay would not have happened. So, what defines our legacy isn't our fall, you guys, it's our rise. We're not just building a business, we're building our character. Leadership are born. Don't quit during the chapter that's actually building your story. So, staying the course in Arbonne, you guys, means believing that the seeds you plant today will grow, even if you can't see them yet. You're building relationships that will bloom months from now, habits that will compound, and leadership that can't be. Sometimes it's happening inside you. So, if you're in a slow season right now, remember this: you're not behind, you're being prepared. You're not off track, you're in process. Breakthrough. So, I want to challenge you guys to take one bold action that moves you forward after this call because motion builds momentum. So, some things you can do, because I always want to give you some activity. Send 5 new reach, follow up with 3 people you've shared with before, but you've been avoiding to follow up with. Because you guys, sponsoring is how we rise and how we get back, and share your story publicly, even if your voice shakes like mine did tonight. Reconnect with your why and write it down somewhere where you'll see it every day. For me, it's on my iPhone wallpaper because I see that multiple times a day. Share, and then you just know you don't need massive action. You just need consistent, courageous steps. And you need to stay the course no matter what season you're in, because people will trust you when you remain loyal and keep showing up, even when you aren't getting results right away. And because one day soon, you'll look back and realize this was the season that made you. So I love you all.